Oh no, I ain't with the talking. I know you only talk the loudest. Really ain't about shit.
All I got left in me is visions of my enemies. You got sentimental energy, my penitentiary tendencies gon' probably be the enemy. I see a lot of mini-me's bugging like they centipedes, thinking that they kidding me. White trash, redneck, hillbilly, cracker ass, rapping ass rapper that'll beat your favorite rapper's ass. And these are just the facts, ain't no rap cap. I done made a bag off of Snapchat. Tell me where your cash at, bag back. Do that diesel truck like a scat pack. I might crash that, I ain't worried, I got ad flag. The cop car was matte black or rock star like Jack Black. Look, I don't backtrack, rack the Mac back and blast that.
Oh no, I ain't with the talking. Lord knows I put you in the coffin. I know you only talk the loudest. I know you really ain't about shit. Oh no, I ain't with the talking. Lord knows I put you in the coffin. I know you only talk the loudest. I know you really ain't about shit.
So here's the challenge, you can't manage anything I'm dealing with. I'm hitting numbers independent, others need a deal to get. So deal with it or do something about it. I doubt it, I came to change the game, you just came to be the loudest. I came to make an impact, albums all intact. Billboard top 10, I can say I did that. Hardest part is showing up, homie, where you been at. Spit that, click clack, hit you with that. Realist in my lane, I'm just saying, drop the fortune and the fame, say my name.
Just say my name.
Nah, really.
What's up, America? I am JD, and this is Grim Info. I hope you absolutely enjoyed my intro. Those are the stories that we're going to cover today. So let's begin with Australian Victorian's Prime Minister, who says Australian restrictions for the unvaccinated to continue until 2022. And don't try to wait us out either. Don't you do it, because we're not going to be relenting. Anyways, he said, please don't play games of let's wait them out and then we'll be able to do everything we want to do, because God forbid that we have freedom. There'll be no freedom for you if you don't take your jabs. Victorian Prime Minister Daniel Andrews declares restrictions for the unvaccinated will continue until 2022. Speaking at a news conference Tuesday, Andrew commented he's unsure why the state of New South Wales has set a timetable for easing restrictions on the unvaccinated, but that won't be happening in Victoria because he's a tiny little fucking dictator who needs to fucking have his fucking teeth smashed out on the curb. That's what needs to happen to these people. They need to go to jail. They need to be prosecuted, yada, yada, yada. Seattle police and officers and firefighters turned in their work boots over the mandate. This is so sad. This is so sad. In America, if you don't understand what's going on, this is an absolute deliberate attack on our entire infrastructure, from our hospitals to our firefighters to they want to socialize it all. That's the reason why they have FEMA coming into hospitals in Texas and taking over and having FEMA nurses come in who don't have to abide by the same rules that you do. And they're going to have blue-haired mob socialists with badges on their chests coming to your fucking houses. Ladies and gentlemen, listen, there is no way out of this besides standing up. Clown world ends when you stand up and say enough is enough. We need to get with the police. Listen, I am about 50-50 with the police. I feel the same way about police that I do about my presidents, okay? About 50% of them are going to fuck everything up, okay? It's just the way it is. There are good police and there are terrible police. There are lots of police that I do not like and I cannot stand. And 90% of the time when police show up, they usually make the situation worse. Instead of just leaving it alone and going on about their business, they tend to actually make problems worse. And that's just the truth. And I don't care who you are. That is the truth. But that being said, there are a majority of our police that do this job because they want to protect the cities in which they do that in. Same goes for firefighters, first responders, EMS, the whole 9 yards. These people they do the job because they care about their communities. And we should be standing for them. None of these men and women today should have walked into that place by themselves. But of course, it's in Seattle, so it's in Antifa territory. So of course, nobody probably wanted to come out and support them because they'd probably be afraid that they'd get hit by some coward dressed all in black with a skateboard. Instead of everybody mounting up and turning around and saying, hey, look here, you cowards, we're standing here with nothing on because we're not scared. So this is very sad. It's very sad. I feel so sorry for these men and women that they have to give up the profession that they love, and their cities will just continue to descend into ruin. Dozens of police officers and firefighters in Seattle, Washington walked into City Hall to turn in their work boots in a public rejection of the city's mandates. So sad. In which my next story falls right into this. Powerful video going around the internet. Please check this out if you have the opportunity. Please, let's stand with our brothers in blue and our brothers in red and our brothers in green. Because at the end of the day, they're doing this. It's a systematic breakdown of our society, okay? They have to take this down. It's the reason why they've already taken the schools down. That's the reason why all the nonsense is going on in the schools. They're indoctrinating our children. They've already done it. The leftists is already taken over our schools. Now they're doing it with the military. They're doing it with the police forces and the first responders. That's the reason why they're doing it, okay? Military members publicly defy Biden's illegal mandates. Okay, and we need to support these guys. The problem with it is that they're running these guys out of the military so they can keep stupid people like Cindy fucking Bronson in place. You know, the dumb beaver who said, if you don't get back in your house when I tell you to, you become the target. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to march down your road with a whole bunch of robot dogs and men in exoskeletons. And guess what? You are the target. It's exactly what Millie and Honore did during Katrina. Ladies and gentlemen, understand, if you understand anything about my channel, I am all about just giving you a little bit of my commentary on my thoughts on the topic. And what I want you to do is go and research this stuff yourself. Find out, Googling, get Firefox, get Brave, get something else, get away from Chrome or anything that Microsoft does because it's just going to lie to you. Okay, it just is. So you have to get different browsers and then find these stories. Honore and Millie killed people and took their guns using our military during Katrina. Law-abiding citizens. This is truth. This is no lie. So, Colorado governor says kids should lie and get without their parents ever even knowing, which violates informed consent. So this guy is now breaking the law and nothing will happen to him because they all have been empowered by Joe Biden stealing an election. And when you understand that this is a systematic takedown of America, that's what this is. So where the FJB movement and the Let's Go Brandon, it's so cute. It's cute. It's like watching a puppy walk for the first time. It's so cute. But at the end of the day, it will do nothing if you're not willing to stand and start marching together and be pissed off. That's how we beat this. And until that happens, prepare for more stuff like this, man. Or the next story that I have coming up, and it'll be here in a minute, about Colorado yet again. But I messed up my thing today. So Pfizer openly bankrolls media, mainstream media. Of course they do. Of course they do. See, it's not just good enough that Nancy Pelosi rolled billions of dollars into their new spending bill for, for the media because, God forbid that, they do their jobs and tell us the truth. No. So now we're going to bail them out with billions of our taxpayer dollars that they're just printing to increase inflation so that way you can't buy food, but so that way Chris Cuomo can go get his tan on, so that way he can go get his nails done and buy his little boy hookers that he likes to screw. And I don't know if that's true, but probably is. Since they like to lie, I figure, why not? Hey, I'll throw that out there. I'm pretty sure Don Lemon goes and fucks pigs on the weekend. And they're probably white ones, so that way he can feel empowered. Notorious Haitian gang demands $17 million ransom for kidnapped missionaries. That's coming to America, ladies and gentlemen. You better get prepared. Because what do you think these people are? They're all a bunch of wannabe fucking gangsters. So you're about ready to take all of Chicago, what the left is allowed to grow in Chicago, all that rot in Chicago. They're great people, but they live the way they do because Chicago has allowed that to happen. Okay? They've allowed all of that death and that misery to happen to these people so that way they can control them through elections. Well, what do you think is going to happen when they dump all of these people in the middle of the farmlands and they dump them in all your towns and all your suburbs? They're going to start raping your children and they're going to start killing people. It's just what they do. It's what's going to happen. And then when the CDC makes them live in your house against your will and then removes you from said home because you're a racist, you should have stood up when you could, America. The victims are a part of an Ohio-based Christian aid ministries that include 5 men, 7 women, and 5 children. What do you think's going on to those people right now? When do we stand, America? When do we get angry? When do we stand against this kind of nonsense? This is what's happening all around the world. And trust me, we will reap what we've sown. We've allowed our government to do terrible things all around the world in the name of American justice. And because of those terrible things that they've done around the world, now that's coming to our homes. So for all you dumb rednecks out there that sat around there for years going, I don't care about no politics. Don't talk to me about no politics. I don't get into politics. Yep. Okay, redneck, smoke another fucking pack of Marlboros and kick your fucking dog again. Because now politics are coming home to roost. Mr. Crowder joins Mr. Jones on the InfoWars to discuss his suspension from YouTube and Travis Tritt and more. Please catch this exhilarating live show. And if you didn't get a chance to, go check it out on band.video or Free World News. Go check it out. A very, very interesting interview. Please check out Joe Rogan as well. Joe Rogan had a really interesting podcast. Please check that out as well. Moving on. Here's my another one about Colorado. I got it switched around, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologize. All right, conformity to the extreme. And I'm going to do my best to do my superhero voice in this one. Parents are outraged after teacher tapes the face, masks students' faces. This is terrible. This is absolutely terrible that this teacher did this. Literally took this child, and you can see the screenshot here. Let's see here. Teacher at a middle school in Colorado is accused of affixing masks to a student's face if seen worn improperly. These teachers are going around and taping students' masks to their face if they feel like, see, this is the problem with masks. This is what drives me insane. It's never far enough for these crazy morons. Wear one mask. No, wait a minute. That one didn't work, ladies and gentlemen. Let's wear 2. What? You can still breathe? 3. Now you still can breathe? Let's take that bitch. Because this is absurd. How dare we let children breathe air? They're putting carbon into my lungs. This is horseshit. When is enough enough, America? Trust me, I'm fighting it in my own fucking town. Okay? I'm fighting it in my own town. I've had police in my front yard. I've told those gentlemen where they could go many, many times. It's ridiculous. We've all got to stand up. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what we got to do. We have to stand up and tell these people no. Because at the end of the day, if they keep doing this to us, it's only going to get worse. Wasn't it only 15 days? And then now it's, a year into it, 2 years into, this is ridiculous. And, 1 mask, 2 masks, 5 masks, quit breathing, 1 shot, 5 shots, take pills, take pictures. Where are you at? No more paper passports. Now you got to have a pass everywhere you go. You got to give up blood. How much more are you willing to put up with, America? Really, ask yourself that. I want every single one of you to go out, look in a mirror and go, well, this is what I'm willing to do. For years, I threw a fit about them being able to take somebody just to the hospital and draw their blood, just to take it, because the police assumed that they were high and that they had no real proof, but they would force them to go there anyways and draw their blood against their will. Or judges just arbitrarily being able to call anything they want, contempt, and put people in jail and take their freedom away. And everybody goes, well, if you have nothing to hide, but that's the slippery slope, America. Or just like telling you what to do with your car. You got to put your safety belt on. Why? It's my car. If I want to drive down the road at 80 miles an hour on the highway and I want to run into a semi-truck and I want to fly out and feel like Superman right before I crack my skull on the concrete, well, guess what? That's my choice. And guess what? You get paid to scoop it up. Quit trying to make your job easier, because I'm trying to live and have fun at the end of the day. And if I get to go flying out of my car like Superman, and I get to, at least be able to look down the highway and look cool in front of a chick at least once, like I'm flying down the highway at 80, I clip a semi-truck at the back, I come flying out and across the way here, there's a chick in a Honda rolling by and I'm like, yeah, baby. Splat. At least I felt cool for those last 2 seconds. Okay. And she was just like, what a dumbass. But it doesn't matter. I felt cool. So you know what? Who cares? That's the point of America. We should get to live how we want to live. Not be told what to do with our property, not to be told what to do with our bodies. That is the amazing thing about liberty. And we're losing that by the bucket loads because people are too scared to stand up. That's sad. That's very sad. So, new UK Rona data shows bacterial immunity. My pig Latin is terrible. Provides better protection than 2 of the jabs. That's a study you need to go look up and check it out. Find out for yourself. Once again, find out for yourself. Okay? I've read it. I looked up the study. I got it. I get it. So go look it up yourself. Find out. Just do the research. That's all I'm saying. There's no reason for people to get mad. If I'm wrong, then go look it up and be like, hey, this guy JD is wrong, which I'm not telling you I'm right or wrong about it. I don't know. I just believe that you deserve the opportunity to go check for yourself. And nobody should be able to tell you otherwise. And that's the problem. That's the reason why I'm doing this. Because I think that you, America, and you, Australia, and you, Europe, deserve the right to just choose. To choose what you want to look up, what you want to look into, what you want to believe. And yet we have too many people that want to tell you that you can't do that, including the Pope, which we're getting to. In which he ain't the real Pope. He's a fucking Jesuit and doesn't deserve to be sitting there with his pointy hat, which thinks he's king. He's not king. He's not shit. Moving on. Biden illegally smuggles migrant children to New York. Oh, so Chomo Joe is smuggling children. I wonder if he's personally keeping them in the basement of the White House. Don't know. On private jets in the dead of night. They don't explain why they're doing it in the dead of night. Why is it such a secret operation? Why is no one talking about it? Exactly. Why is nobody talking about it? I wonder. Anyways, Joe Biden's administration is secretly flying thousands of underage migrant children into New York on charter flights, according to reports. The report originated in Texas, and the smuggling operation have been ongoing since at least August as a part of Biden's effort to resettle illegal immigrants across America. Let's see here. Westchester cops stood by as passengers whose flights arrived at 10:49 p.m. Wednesday and 9:52 Friday got off a plane into buses. Some of them were later seen meeting up with relatives or sponsors in New Jersey or being dropped off at residential facilities at Long Island. A post-analysis of the one flight tracking data suggests that around 2,000 immigrants nabbed after sneaking into the U.S. from Mexico have arrived at the airport outside the White Plains on 21 flights since August 8th. I don't know. It's messed up is what it is. And this is what I'm talking about. You want to talk about slavery, America? Well, there it is. We're smuggling children. Our president is smuggling children. Why? Why are children being smuggled? Why are they doing this to children? And you know what? If there was a good reason behind it, at least I'd like to hear, Mr. Psaki tell us why. Why doesn't Mr. Psaki tell us? Yeah, I refuse to call him a female. He's so disgraceful that he doesn't get that respect out of me. Other trans people do, not him. He's a piece of garbage. Simple and plain. So let's see here. Pope, like I said, the king which sits on his throne with his pointy little hat. Pope demands Silicon Valley in the name of God. Censor hate speech and conspiracy theorists. Censor them, God says. God says keep the truth and lock people in chains. Remember, these are the same people that put people to death, burned people at stakes, killed people because they believed in math, which, I think is what schools are trying to get rid of now, and they're trying to make math racist somehow. Don't know how that works. Personally, I don't see how 2 + 2 = 4 is racist. But whatever. I guess I'm just a layman idiot who doesn't understand how math can be racist. So Southwest scraps plans to put the unjabbed staff on unpaid leave following protest. Initially, we communicated that these employees would be put on unpaid leave, and that is no longer the case. The airline told its workers. This is a win. This is a win, ladies and gentlemen. This is an absolute win for medical freedom. Congratulations to all the protesters out there working hard to stand your ground. Thank you very much. All right, moving on. All right. Democrats remove Thomas Jefferson, of course. Of course, they got to attack everything. You guys understand that this is socialism. That's what they do. They attack your history so that way they can rewrite history. That's what they want to do. They want to rewrite history. And I'm going to do a video about what I see coming and about the reason why I think they're going to crash the internet so that way then they can let China invade. So that way then they can rewrite history. Because when they crash the internet and they take away all the communications until they feel like you're going to go along with what they want, then that way they can rewrite history on how they want it and how, so many people were so many terrorists that didn't go along with all of this. And, we'll all secretly know the truth, because we'll see the people dying all around us. But at the end of the day, we won't be able to talk about it, or they'll kill us right on the spot, which is what they do in all communist countries. So here we go. City Hall. Thomas Jefferson from City Hall put mentally ill person in charge of the military. Ryan Levin, I refuse to call this fucking terrible monster Rachel. Ryan Levin, openly trans health official, swore in as 4-star admiral, yet has no credentials to be a 4-star admiral. So watch Americans oppose the IRS snooping in their bank accounts. Check this video out. It's pretty cool. They did a montage of a bunch of Americans throwing a fit about it. It's awesome. So check that out. A lot of this you can all go find on band.video. Greg Reese is amazing. Check Greg Reese out. He's one of my favorite investigative reporters. He's incredible. He's absolutely incredible. Alex Jones condemned by default. How does judge do this? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. They are actually throwing this man to the wolves. And Matt Damon and Ben Affleck's new movie, The Last Duel, proves that there is no pleasing the Me Too mob. Of course, you can't go far enough left. You go so far left to where you walk off and kill yourself, and it's still not good enough. Because they're like, well, he's a man, and he's got a penis. And on top of it, he likes women. So no, he still did not please us enough. They'll never please him. Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, if you ever see this, you will never please them enough. You couldn't even suck their imaginary Johnsons good enough for them to love you. They never will. And you two are idiots. Anyways, Ron Paul, all that support limited constitutional government should support overturning Roe versus Wade. You know what? In my opinion, I always stood for a woman's right to choose until I found out that they were keeping babies alive and auctioning off their body parts. So I absolutely agree with this now. I'm absolutely against pro-choice now. Until there's an ethical right way to do abortion, abortion should be illegal. Absolutely. Now, look, if they come out with an ethical rules and rights way to do abortion, not just abortion on demand, then I'm all about it. There are things that go down that there is right medical reasons and also other reasons why women may need to have an abortion. But to just have an abortion just because you wanted to go out, you wanted to get plowed, and then on top of it, now you don't want to have that kid because you were stupid? No, you don't get to kill a life for that reason. If I can't walk into somebody's house and just stab them because they ran their mouth to me, you can't do this either. And I agree with this. And then selling off their body parts? No, it's bullshit. You shouldn't be able to do that. So I absolutely agree with Ron Paul on this. In Ireland, they've gotten even stupider. Word spooky banned by National Theatre over absurd claims it's racist. Of course, in Scotland, the theatre told the Daily Recorder that no one has complained about the term spooky, but they were concerned the word could become problematic in the future. Idiots. Morons. Giant imbeciles. Economist warns stock up now, inflation could get very ugly. When Biden's administration says they're not taxing people that make less than $400,000, they're hitting them with the huge inflation tax. Exactly. So I get to my very last story that I really, really wanted to cover. And I do apologize if this is a little bit long, but I wanted to cover this story about the woman being raped in Philadelphia and on a train and nobody doing anything about it. They just sat there and watched this happen. Cowards. Absolutely cowards. Absolutely. And I told you guys I'm trying to be better, so I'm not trying to curse as much. Absolute cowards. How could you people sit there on a bus and watch this man do this to this woman? But this is going to be widespread. This is what's been going on in Europe. And when they say something about it, it's racist. It's racist. You can't say nothing to that Muslim man. That's part of his culture. I don't care that this is a coffee shop, and I don't care. Just enjoy it, lady. Good God, he'll be done in a minute. This is what we're coming to, America? Where we just, this will be our daughters. This will be our granddaughters if we stand for this and we let this keep going on. This man should be hung. And you know what? In my opinion, so should everybody who sat there and filmed it and did nothing to stop this man. And you know what? That may sound extreme, but at what point do we put fear back into people who refuse to stand for what's right and to stand for justice? At what point, ladies and gentlemen, do we stand? At what point do we say enough is enough? Because this will be our daughters. This will be our children. So that's going to end this video for today. Like I said, I do apologize. It ran a little bit long. But thank you for watching. And like I always say, ladies and gentlemen, documentation beats conversation any day of the week. So please take your time, go out, find these articles, okay? Make your own educated opinion of it. But at least at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, educate yourselves. Find out what's going on. And you know what? Let's stand for something. Because if we don't stand together, we're going to stand alone. And alone will put us in some boxes. So thank you for your time. Like I said, I'll always love you, America, regardless if we agree or not. Take a knee. Thank God. Take care of your family. And have a good evening. And until my next video, God bless you.